Hi, this is Jessie Holton, your Stampin' Up demonstrator for Australia, jessieholton.com. Thanks for watching my video today on the Lots of Lavender Celebration stamp set from Stampin' Up for the 2018 Celebration promotion. Today I'm showing you this really cute card that I've made with a brusho background and some embossing paste with the diamond mask from the Decorative Masks. And using the beautiful Lots of Lavender stamp set. I've used gombage, which is the orange, and yellow for the brusho. And you can see that there are little flicks of other colours through, and this is completely normal for brusho to have all those little flicks of other colours coming through. So I've used those little flicks to help me pick the colours that I've used in my cards. The first one I picked out Melon Mambo, Blushing Bride and Bermuda Bay, and the second one I've gone with Coral. These three ribbons are also another Celebration product that you can get for free. So Celebration products, you can choose one for every $90 that you spend. Some items are free with a $180 order though, the more big ticket items. And you can see all of those on my online shop. So I've decided to use this beautiful shimmer ribbon and some of the gold mini sequin trim along with some burlap for my card. I do like to use burlap because it adds a really nice natural trim to your card and it just brings it back a level, makes it look a little bit more natural. So I'm just doing some angled edges and I'll do the same with the ribbon and then I'll staple that in place. And that's generally how I like to attach my ribbons to my cards, is just stapling it to the card, or to the front layer, and then gluing that onto the cardstock. And I'm using some fast views to attach my watercolour card fronts to the cardstock base, and a little bit more than normal because watercolour cardstock can buckle a little bit once you've used it. So I'm just getting this ribbon nice and straight and then I'll staple it in place and then we'll get to stamping that beautiful image. On the other card you can see I used a little bit of vellum with the Pretty Label punch, and I did mean to put some of this on this card as well, but I forgot to cut that out while I was doing my steps. So I'm still pretty happy with the card anyway. I think it looks beautiful without that vellum. But vellum is a really nice, subtle way to add a little bit extra to your card front without taking away too much from that beautiful brusho background. So I've just taken an extra gold sequin off that trim to use as the embellishments later on, rather than the rhinestones that I put on the first card. You may also notice that I've used the Eastern medallion type mask to put the brusho onto the card, and that's, even though I've wet it quite a bit, it's just given a really subtle couple of arches up in the corner, and I think that's a really pretty look. The card base that I've used today is soft suede, and you may notice also that the second card front I've cut just a little bit more narrow so that there's more of the soft suede showing around the outside. And I think this is a really pretty combination of colours. So I decided to go with Melon Mambo for the outline, which is what I used on the first card that I made, but I wasn't quite sure about the Calypso Coral, whether it would be too heavy on the Melon Mambo. So you'll be able to see in a minute, I edited it out, that I've done a little bit of practice stamping on my mat, and I've decided that the stamped off Calypso Coral is really pretty with the Melon Mambo outline. And I've also used the Tranquil Tide again for the leaves, which is what I used on the initial card, and I've stamped that off twice, both times. So the photopolymer stamps, you might notice that these stain really easily. Mine are mostly pink, and they do pick up the red pigments out of the inks that you use, even if they're not particularly red, if they've got a red base to them, then the polymer stamps are going to pick out those pigments and stain really easily. You can use the stamping scrub if you clean your stamps really quickly with the stamping scrub and the stamping mist, then you can minimize the staining. But it's not really much to worry about because it doesn't actually affect the image that is stamped. It's just the actual clear photopolymer that's staining pink. So here I've used a little trick where I've lined up all of the leaves and then picked them up on one block. And because I'm stamping them off twice, this is a really handy trick. It saves me a lot of going back and forward and inking and stamping off. I can just do it in one go because they're all in the one block. You may also notice with watercolor type stamps that sometimes the images or the stamps themselves don't look like they're inked up properly, but this is completely normal for watercolor stamps because they've got that faded off look. Some of the areas don't ink up properly and they're built to be like that. Another thing is with the photopolymer stamps, when they're brand new, they're very sticky. So it can be a little bit hard to get them to stay in place, especially if you've got fake nails like me. They stick to them really well. But once you've used them and cleaned them a couple of times, they lose that initial extra stickiness and they're much easier to place. So now I'm going to fussy cut that flower and I'm going to add a bunch of dimensionals to it. I do a little bit of overkill with the dimensionals. That's because I've received a couple of photos of people saying, "Thank you, I received your beautiful card in the mail," and it has been squashed and it's all saggy. So I like to put lots of dimensionals on there because I don't want it to get there and be all squashed and saggy, and I don't want them to put it into storage and pull it out a couple of years later and it be all squashed and saggy. So dimensionals are my best friend. Now here you can see I'm putting the image on just a little bit of a different angle than what I did with the original card, and I'm also using the same little Inspire flagged sentiment, and I'm putting that on the other side as well. I've got a bunch of photos on my Facebook page and my Instagram to show how I made the brusho backgrounds and also how I made the flagged Inspire sentiments using my classic label punch. So definitely go check those out. There's a couple of tricks and tips for you there. That's a mouthful. So now I'm going to stamp the inside of the card and I'm going to use now I am going to put the little gold sequins on the front. I'm jumping ahead of time here. And I would normally only use odd numbers, so 3 or 5 is my go-to, but I had 4. I ended up finding another of these little gold sequins on my desk, and they are so cute, I cannot waste them, so 4 it is. And it looks pretty cute. And now I'm going to stamp the inside of the card. So I'm going to use the other floral arrangement that comes with this stamp set, and it's really cute. It's like a little rose in the middle of some leaves. I'm going to stamp it the same way that I stamped the front so that it matches with the Melon Mambo for the outline. I've got stamped off Calypso Coral for the rose and double stamped off Tranquil Tide for the leaves, and I'm going to go ahead and use that little trick of lining up the leaves and picking them up on one stamp so that I only have to do all of that double stamping once. And you might notice that I have flicked my Calypso Coral across my table. So the lid completely flicked off when I was opening it. And I was really, really lucky that it landed on top of my closed Tranquil Tide ink and not on top of one of those beautiful cards that I've just made. But I will have to clean that up afterwards. And you'll see when I pick up the Tranquil Tide ink, it is all over the front cover and I don't open it up because, I don't open it up properly because I don't want that Calypso Coral going inside the ink pad there. So I have to clean that up afterwards. Alright, so I'm going to glue this card inside the card so that I can write on it later. Please remember that these celebration items are only available until the 31st of March. So today I have used the Lots of Lavender stamp set and the Shimmer combo pack, the Shimmer ribbon combo pack, and they are only available until the 31st of March, along with a whole host of other delightful stamps and designer series papers, ribbons, card kits, card and envelope packs, memories and more card packs, and framelits as well, and you can only get them until the 31st of March. So please jump onto my online shop. You can get them with your orders in increments of $90. So for $90 you can earn your first celebration product, and for every $90 or $180 increment after that you can earn some more. My host code for March is 6FK2YF3X, and when you use that host code in the bottom of your shopping cart with me for March up until the 31st of March 2018, you can earn yourself some goodies. So from orders from $50 up to $89, you will earn yourself a little pack of the metallic sequin assortment. They are absolutely gorgeous. And then for orders that are over $90, you will of course earn yourself some free celebration products, but you will also earn a sweet soiree embellishment kit from me to say thank you for your order, because I appreciate everyone that orders through me. Please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and go over to my blog. You can subscribe to my newsletter, and you can also see all of the product lists and current info on my blog. And please make sure that you contact me if you have any questions or queries about products or techniques. I would love to make a video for you. And you can contact me anytime at jessie@jessieholton.com. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.